So I'm making this video upon request on how to use your Barbarian King, how to get the most or maximize the usage of your Barbarian King with his Iron Fist ability. So I'm going to show you a couple of replays here and just do a little quick commentary on how I go ahead and use it. And currently I'm at 1,767 trophies, and I'm kind of working my way up here into Gold League 1 and then into Crystal League. And really the purpose is just to get farm more Dark Elixir so I can continue upgrading him. So essentially I'm going to use the Barbarian King to get to the Dark Elixir storages, so he can take the Dark Elixir for his own upgrades. So let's get into this one down here, the one that's 1,270 Dark Elixir, and let's start that replay. I use the same strategy or a very similar strategy to the one in my giant wallband video. But right now, I'm not really concerned too much with getting elixir or gold. My primary objective right now at this moment is Dark Elixir and trophies, actually, since I am trophy pushing. So if we take a look at this base, the reason why I chose it, well, first of all, there's 1,270 Dark Elixir, and it's not very hard to reach, to be honest with you. We got to get through two tiers of walls in order to get to the Dark Elixir. There's one Dark Elixir drill right next to it, perfect. The other one's at the other end of the base. Okay, so as you can see, I'm actually already starting to throw down the troop there because I'm going to take down this Dark Elixir drill first, and let's go ahead and play that. And the reason for that, why I want to do that first, is because I don't want to get into my main attack over here and happen to run out of troops. So, and, for whatever reason, forget to save a few troops and take out this drill. So I'm just going to do that right now. So there we go. Okay, so the builder's huts are gone. I opened up the walls with one wall breaker. I'm going to send in some barbarians. I'm going to arch this, right? So send a few archers and take down that Dark Elixir drill. Okay, done. So even prior to that, though, something I forgot to mention was the clan castle was right here. You can see there's one little headstone right there. And that's because I sent one little barbarian to make sure there was, to check for clan castle troops, which there weren't any. So now the next piece is I'm going to throw down some archers down up top. And the reason for that is I want to pick off as many buildings on the outside perimeter before I get started here. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take them out completely. I'm just going to reduce their health as I prepare for the main attack. Okay, so my goal here is I'm going to throw down my barbarians, I'm going to throw down my archers, I'm going to take out these outer buildings, and then I'm going to work my way right up the center so I can take out this drill, and then follow up by taking down the storage, right? So here we go. But first, okay, because this video is primarily about the Barbarian King and using his Iron Fist to really get the most out of him, I don't want him to run around the perimeter. So if I had sent him in right now, what he would have done is he would have assisted in taking out the perimeter buildings. Which, number one, it meant he would have taken hits. Secondly, he probably would have gone from building to building to building, and he would have ended up running around the perimeter. I don't want that. That's not what we're looking for. What we want is we want him to get into the base. Okay, we want him to get the Dark Elixir that he needs for his upgrades. So I'm going to take out these buildings, and there's some more archers. Okay, and now I threw down my 5 giants. Same as my giant wallband video. I barched the outer perimeter buildings, I throw down my giants, and then I throw down 2 wall breakers. Okay, so these wall breakers are going to come in, they're going to open up the path for the giants. And now in this past Halloween update, we received a new trap, right? So and that's these skeleton traps right here. Right, now people in the forums, on the Supercell forums, have been complaining about them primarily because they've been taking out their defensive units like Hog Riders and Giants and so forth. Now, what I did bring along with me in this case, and I didn't use these in the last video, or rather I did use the Rage spell, but I didn't use any heal spells. But since I am getting into some, some higher up bases now, since, my last videos were done attacking TH7s or Town Hall 7s. In these videos, I'm going to be attacking Town Hall 8s and Town Hall 9s. So I wanted to make sure I was prepared for whatever might happen. So I brought along a heal spell and a couple rage spells. Now, I don't want these giants to go away just yet, and that's what these skeleton traps would have done. They would have taken them out. So what I did immediately was that I threw down my healing spell and I layered over my rage spell. Okay, and so that's going to give them some extra power there. I also threw down some more archers, and here come 2 more wall breakers, and they're going to open up that second tier. Right? Once they open up that second tier, I'm going to start throwing down more troops. And as you can see, I actually brought along 4 wizards with me as well. So I threw down those 4 wizards, and immediately after the wizards, here comes the Barbarian King. right? So now I want to get him in there. Now at this point, I'm only left with about 4 barbarians in as far as troops that I haven't thrown down yet. So it's not really much, but I'm going to activate his Iron Fist anyway once he gets past this rage spell. So now here he comes in. He's going to rage. He's going to take down that Dark Elixir like nothing. And perfect. It's already down. We have all 1,270 Dark Elixir. So I'm essentially done with the primary goal at this point. I can get some more elixir, but that really wasn't my concern right now. I was fine with what I had. My primary concern was getting that Dark Elixir. And my secondary goal here was to get 50%. So that's what we're going to do. And once we get up to that 50%, there we go. He's at 38, 39, 41. And I'm throwing down troops on the outside just to help take out some outer buildings. And we're at 54% and just about done. Okay, awesome. So there we go. So we collected 1,270 as well as 8 trophies, and that'll help us move up just a little bit higher and collect a little more Dark Elixir there. So let's go back now, look at our next video. In the next video, I collected more Dark Elixir, and I believe I attacked, it was a Town Hall 8. So let's take a look at this video. So 1,928 Dark Elixir, and so this, okay, let's take a look at this base here. Now, the reason why I chose this base was because the Dark Elixir storage, even though it's relatively, not really centered per se, but close to the middle anyway. Again, I only have to breach 2 walls here, really, if you look at it, if I do this properly. If I attack this corner right here where it separates this top area from this bottom area, okay, then what will happen is that I'll break both ends. If I end up throwing 2 wall breakers more towards the top or throwing 2 wall breakers more towards this side, then what will happen is that I'll end up wasting more wall breakers than I really have to get into the center of the base, right? So I don't want to do that. So let's go ahead and play this here. First things first, I'm gonna pick off the Town Hall, and next what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be throwing down troops up across the top, just like I did in my last video. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out all of these army camps. I'm gonna take out a couple of those barracks up top, and I'm going to take out a builder's hut down at the bottom, because I really just want to make sure. I want to make sure that the Barbarian King does not run astray and start running around the outer perimeter. I really want him to get up the middle. So here we go. Let's go ahead and speed up just a little bit more. Okay, now let's go back here to the bottom. So now we can see our archers are coming up. I'm going to throw down 1 single barbarian, and that was mainly just to check for clan troops. But we couldn't lure them out because he has his clan castle pretty well centered. Okay, now everything is done up here. Okay, so perfect. All the army camps are gone once again. Okay, so we have all the perimeter buildings that are nearby, out of range, so they don't draw the Barbarian King in the wrong direction. So I'm going to start throwing some more barbarians. They're going to run towards the walls, and they're just acting as distractions. I'm going to throw down my 5 giants, followed by 2 wall breakers. Right, so here we go, and we open up perfectly, right? So that opens up both this side and this side. Now, next, I'm going to throw down my Barbarian King. Okay, so now that we're in there, if you look down here in the clan castle troops just started running out. Okay, so again, in this attack, I brought a healing spell and I brought a rage spell. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and layer those over, because I don't want these giants to go down just yet. And there we go. I also threw down, if you see down behind the Barbarian King, several barbarians, right? Because I mentioned that also in one of my previous videos. Throw down several barbarians after your Barbarian King. That way you can amplify as much power as possible when you activate his Iron Fist. And right behind the barbarians, we're going to throw down a few more wall breakers. Now, in this particular case, I threw down 3 wall breakers. And the reason for that is because there's so much turmoil going on in this little area, right? I mean, we have a wizard tower, we have a cannon, we have an archer tower, we have a Tesla, we have a mortar, right? We have another cannon down and over in this area. And so I really want to make sure that in spite of all the turmoil, that my wall breakers get through and that they're able to open up these sets of walls, right? So let's go ahead, and there they go. They opened it up and took that out. So now we still got to work our way through, because they got to take out this wizard tower, these 2 storages, this mortar, the Tesla, right? And then plus we have his Barbarian King defending down bottom, right? So we still got a little bit of work through. Now, as soon as he takes that out, I end up activating Iron Fist, because I really want him to plow through, okay, all of these buildings right here. And apart from that, the rage spell is about to finish. So there he goes. Gold storage down. Mortar is down. Elixir storage is down. And now he's going to be heading towards the Dark Elixir. And there we go. So now we got a few barbarians that came off to this Tesla, but the Tesla ends up taking them out. Now the good news is he's got a little bit of archer support as well. But now it's going to come down to the Tesla, Barbarian King, and the Dark Elixir storage. So we'll see this as they start to work each other. And that's it. Okay, so he got taken out, but not before taking down the Dark Elixir storage, with a little bit of archer support there. So now at this point, I was kind of excited about, taking down that much Dark Elixir. So what I should have done is I should have saved a few troops to eliminate some of the buildings on the outside, because then I could have taken away more trophies. Nevertheless, it was a victory, and we did walk away with some trophies as well as 1,928 in Dark Elixir. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment down below, and thank you so much for watching.